Hi, I'm Dr. Tammy Bettinger, and I'm the Senior Research Biologist at Disney's Animal Kingdom. When guests visit the gorillas at our park in Central Florida, what they may not realize is that Disney is also working to help save gorillas in the wild. Gorillas, chimpanzees, and other primates are victims of the ever-growing demand for bushmeat and the pet trade. While adult gorillas are killed when captured, the babies are taken alive and sold illegally in the markets as pets. In 2008, Disney joined with the Dian Fossey Gorilla Fund International and Pan-African Sanctuary Alliance to help build GRACE, the first gorilla rehabilitation and conservation education center for orphaned eastern gorillas.
Conserving wildlife and wild places is something that we are very committed to, both at Disney's Animal Kingdom and also within Disney's animal programs. The GRACE project in particular is one that is near and dear to my heart, as well as I think to all of ours. We're always looking for projects where we have a special skill or a special talent that we can provide. And one of the things that we give to this project is that my team is great at gorilla management. The other thing that we just love about the GRACE project is whenever we're looking for conservation programs to support or to be involved in, we're always looking for projects that help animals, but that also help people. And the GRACE Center is one that is certainly all about the gorillas, but it is just as much about taking care of the community of Taina and the people that live there.
The goal of the GRACE Center is to provide the critical care and socialization that orphan gorillas need so one day they can be reintroduced to the wild. But we know that conservation isn't just about animals. It cannot succeed without the active support of the local people. Taina was chosen because of the generous support of the local people. They established their community forest as a nationally protected area and also donated the land for GRACE. The GRACE facility is located in the northeastern corner of the Democratic Republic of Congo near the Taina Nature Reserve. The standard of living in the area is quite low. Unemployment is high, and there are more widows and orphans than there are traditional families. The second goal of our project is to help raise the standard of living in the community and empower the local people so one day they can take over operation of the project themselves. The Dian Fossey organization has a slogan that really defines this work in Congo: helping people, saving gorillas. This is what we set out to do. The first big challenge was obtaining the resources we'd need to build the GRACE facility.
Working with the GRACE project in DR Congo in the early stages, we were discussing design and development of the facility. During the discussion, we realized that here at Disney, we were replacing many of the cage fronts we have here for gorillas, so that gave us a stockpile of ready-made gorilla-proof panels.
But it wasn't just building supplies we needed. The local clinic and school needed sheets, blankets, shoes, clothes, towels, and books. These items were in addition to all the things we would need to care for the gorillas. And it all came pouring in, donated by people and companies that wanted to be part of this project.
I've worked with the gorillas at Disney's Animal Kingdom since they arrived at the park. I've also had the privilege of visiting Africa as part of several humanitarian missions. When I heard about Disney's participation in the GRACE project, I knew this was a great opportunity to help both the animals and people in DRC. Having worked with gorillas for many years, I was familiar with the supplies that would be needed to care for gorillas. I also knew that items we might take for granted or even discard would be welcomed by the people of the DRC. I partnered with several different lines of business at Disney, such as textile services, facilities, and costuming, to collect and store supplies such as linens, clothing, and tools until they could be shipped overseas.
The arrival of the container was a time of celebration. Numerous dignitaries were present for the unloading. Mwamis, or traditional kings, national park directors, medical doctors, the president of the college, and others were all present for the unloading. Meanwhile, we turned our attention to designing and building the physical facility where the gorillas would live. How do you design a building capable of holding up to 30 gorillas, shift doors that work without hydraulics, containment barriers that depend on solar power, and support facilities such as a clinic and kitchen when they are located 15,000 miles away in a developing country?
Is there a really good reason not to put steel cage walls against the brick wall?
The simple answer is teamwork and communication, but it wasn't easy. This is the only place that has cell service in the area, so this is where Debbie, our contact in the DRC, needs to be to talk to us. We are building the center in phases, but already our first occupants are arriving.
I feel so fortunate to have been able to contribute to a cause that benefits both the people and animals. I know how much this means to the people in DRC. I'm thankful that I work for a company that encourages and facilitates involvement in social and environmental causes.
And we are proud to know that these young orphans have a safe place to grow and thrive and learn to be gorillas. Helping people, saving gorillas, this is what we set out to do.